Welcome to the podcast.
Sup, toxic ism-phobes.
What does that mean, Chris?
Donald Trump 2020.
2020. Donald Trump. That's going to be obnoxious.
This is going to sound really bad.
No, you'll be fine with it. You'll edit it out.
Welcome back to Just Kinda Loafin after 2 weeks.
Oh, God, it's been like 7 years.
Yeah.
We're basically...
Dead.
Nice.
Everyone's going to see Avengers, and we're all here just in the basement.
Never has a story been truer than that.
Well, except one of us has already seen it. Twice.
Who? Who is it? Who did it? Who did it? Burned!
What's that movie called? Ninja Silent Assassin?
Silent Warrior Ninja
Assassins.
You should look that movie up. It's really, really good.
From the year 1743.
It's really good.
Ninja Warrior. Dead? Who did it? It's really good.
What have you been doing for 2 weeks, Miles?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just,
Fuck off, okay? Don't ask me questions after 2 weeks.
Well, no, I actually took my holidays on, not the week that passed, the one before it.
Previous.
Yes, the week of Easter.
Easter?
And I just relaxed because I needed it. Hung out with Joe once. We played some, Black Ops 3 zombie mods.
Liddy.
Running around in, Kino, and it was fun.
It's Kindertoten.
Shooting fucking Nazis.
Shooting Nazis. They weren't zombies. They were just Nazis.
Just
running
Nazis.
around with no guns. They were just running at us.
Yeah.
No zombies.
Well, that's dumb.
Fact.
Yeah.
Nazis use guns.
No,
not these ones.
not the ones.
Just because you're dead doesn't mean you can't pull a trigger.
They weren't dead.
They weren't dead. They were live.
They were dead when we were done with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they weren't dead prior to.
Yeah,
it.
like-
Oh wait, you weren't playing zombies?
No, we were playing zombies.
No, we were playing
Oh.
zombies.
I'm confused.
Mission accomplished.
If you're dead, we'll know.
Yeah. No. I just took some time off.
Relaxing and chilling.
I didn't play much video games. Honestly, the games have been kind of boring at my house.
I've been writing down all the games that I've been playing so that I remember them.
Well, here. Okay, you ready for this? I'm
Yeah.
gonna astound you with
Yeah,
the amount
blow
of
me
games
away.
I played. Dokkan Battle.
Holy shit.
The World Hockey Manager thing that I have.
Holy shit.
Some NHL 19.
Oh my god.
And that's it.
That's pretty hardcore.
Dude,
I know, right?
you're like the best gamer.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like,
I don't know about that. I try my best.
no, I don't know. The games that I have at home are just kind of boring, I guess. I don't know.
You gotta finish Sekiro.
Sekiro.
That's funny.
Game's boring.
I'm gonna restart it again.
Yeah. Again?
Yeah.
Should we start once already?
Yeah, no, I did because I died weirdly and I got pissed off at it. I was like, so that never happened. Delete. Start again. But I was
Nice.
only like 5 minutes into the game.
Good enough.
I was like, stupid. I hate it.
Buy the firecrackers early on.
They help you beat bosses.
Yeah, because it just unlocks them.
There's been like 3 or 4 patches. Are you sure it hasn't been patched out
I
now?
don't think those firecrackers have been patched down.
Nice.
No. Yeah,
I
like
don't
all the
even know
speed
there was a
runs
patch
I
for
see,
the
it's like
game.
bosses will be like, hit, firecrackers, hit, firecrackers, hit, firecrackers.
How much do you have to buy? How much are firecrackers?
They're relatively cheap. It's like the first merchant in the game. He's like just on a hill past like the first, like once you're past the intro and you have your prosthetic and everything. There's like first samurai general guy or whatever that has the 2 health bars. It's like the mountain next to him. There's the shopkeeper on there.
Oh,
Chris had to show me him.
interesting.
I passed him.
I don't think I showed you him. Because there was a merchant later that you went to, but
You showed me that merchant.
yeah, and he had him too. Because I was gonna take you to the other one, but it's like, oh, this guy has the same thing. Cool.
Good enough.
But like the firecrackers just completely stun lock enemies.
Most of them. It's especially effective against animal guys. Like there's a dude on a horse and a monkey boy later. It freaks them out.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, they stand around for a few seconds. You get a couple hits in.
Yeah.
How many firecrackers can you hold at a time?
I don't know. I had infinite.
Right.
Liddy.
The old infinite thing. I forgot. Okay. Well.
Apparently they are. I think they just did or are going to. I think they did. They adjusted the usage rates of the prosthetics. I think it's lower now, so you can use more in the official.
I think the hard part about that is the spirit tokens that
Yeah.
it costs to
Well, so I
use
think
them. They're pretty high.
I think the spirit token costs have been lowered.
as well
I think
as the
that's
quantity you can use. Oh well, because if it's lower, then
Yeah, I think that's
More you
what
can use.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
okay.
I don't even know what spirit tokens are.
It's the thing that you would spend to use the prosthetics if you didn't have unlimited. That's what you had unlimited of,
Yeah,
or spirit tokens. That's what allowed you to use the prosthetics. Yeah.
Prosthetics should just be unlimited.
Yeah,
Game
but
would be better.
there has to be the stupid. Like,
Everybody's bitching on easy mode. There's your easy mode. Unlimited prosthetics.
I mean, like there has to be a spender, right? It's just like mana in Dark Souls, right?
Fuck
There's
it.
always got to be that
The thing
thing that you got to spend.
Fuck them.
I would have really liked it.
Dark Souls had 2. You had to spend like charges and then mana.
Yeah.
It's like fuck off.
I'd really like it if more games did the thing that Zelda: A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS did, where all items, including bombs and arrows and stuff like that, were governed by like a meter that would self-refill on its. Like it had a cooldown on it. It's like, yep, it's unrealistic, but sure.
It's also a video game.
Yeah, because I hate having to be like, I'm out of bombs. I guess I'm gonna go slash bushes for an hour until I get
a prosthetic arm that's launching me across the map.
It's just
Realism.
refill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or a thing where it's just like every enemy you kill gives you another like stock of 5.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah. So I think it's just 1 per killed enemy, right?
Sometimes
and it's a chance.
if they drop it.
Yeah, maybe like a stock of like 5 every time or something like that. Make me more interested. Anyway, but like the part that I stopped at was I went into the side area to go get the 2 prosthetics.
Oh, you went to the dream or the memory or whatever.
The axe and the fireworks. I'm assuming
the
that's what you-
flamethrower.
Okay, so that's not the fireworks.
No.
Okay. And I got all the way to the end of it, and I found a spear dude who had 2 health bars, and he just kicked the shit.
Oh, that's
out
not the
me,
end of it, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It gets better.
I thought it was at the end.
That whole area on consoles is bullshit because their performance is so.
Oh, because there's fire
terrible.
everywhere.
And all of the NPCs, every single one on screen at a time lowers your frame rate.
Cool. Well, because of also fire.
And fire.
Yeah.
Fire's not an NPC though.
I didn't.
In my heart, it is.
I think only one spot I noticed any sort of like frame rate drop, but other than that, it was okay. It was just that one spear dude, and I think I said this like 2 or 3 podcasts ago now. There were like 2 or 3 dudes with arrows or bows and arrows on the side, and I was trying to run to them, and then
Just dinging your tongue.
then he magically like jumped halfway across the map and stabbed me, and I was like, "Excuse me, you were over there. How'd you get over to me so fast?"
I call cheat.
Anyway,
Pac-Man.
so yeah. Other than that, like I said, I haven't really hung out with you guys over the last little bit, so I haven't really played any computer games. Played some NHL, but
Relatable.
nothing much. Did some more reading and stuff. I haven't finished Legion yet, but we'll see. It's pretty cool. Actually, just kicked into gear. Got very interesting. Although it's all over the fucking place.
What are your thoughts on John Grammaticus?
He's pretty cool.
He's a cool motherfucker.
Pretty cool.
Hope you like him because he's important. He's really important.
Is he the Jason Bourne of the Warhammer 40k universe?
If Jason Bourne like got his ass kicked numerous times, then yeah.
I mean, he kind of did.
Yeah.
I mean, like
he usually limped away with some blood.
I mean, the only
With some blood. I still got some blood. We're good.
I mean, like, the only bad guy that Jason Bourne really, like, just has no issue with is, what's his face, Clive Owen, because he dusts him with a shotgun.
That was glorious. Got shit on.
Every other dude he fights kicks the shit out of him, too. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty even fight.
It's just Clive Owen.
Yeah, but Matt Damon ends with more blood than the other guy does.
So, therefore, win.
Yeah, but is it his blood or the dude's blood that he's killing?
Oh my god, is it a vampire movie? Nobody told me.
Like the idea, it's like they have this long, drawn-out fight, and neither of them is dead at the end of the fight, but they, like, compare who has what level of blood left, and then whoever has less just immediately drops dead. It's like, oh, you got me. Ugh.
Fuck.
Oh, my spleen! Oh, you have more blood than me! Oh!
Yeah, no. That's it, guys. I don't do anything.
I don't do anything.
I don't.
Nice.
I work and work.
Work's fun.
How about you, Joe? What have you been doing for
You
2
go
weeks?
next.
Mine's longer.
No, mine's longer.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. First thing is I have not been playing Tetris.
What?
Because I'm on a cooldown from that. I did.
You got some money.
I placed in the second event, though.
Oh, you did?
It turns out I overkilled it.
You were first.
No, it doesn't tell me where.
You
But
were second.
I was looking at the
69.
subreddit for Tetris 99, and most people were saying, like, oh, yeah, I placed with, like, like 2,000, 2,100, 2,200 points, and it's like, yeah, I ended on like 3,500 points, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it, but I guess that was more than enough. So, but that was more than enough for me. I'm good for a while.
Are you? So, do you
Taking
think
a
you were
break.
in like the top 10% or something? Like that?
Maybe the top half.
Top half.
Yeah, like I was seeing some people going like, yeah, I got like 8,000. It's like, okay, good job, bud.
Nice.
Yeah, bud.
Nice.
So no Tetris.
That was me. I was the top scorer.
Yeah.
Part of what I used my winnings from, though, I used that on Katana Zero. I picked up that game on Switch. I don't know if you've heard of this one, Miles.
I haven't, no.
It's a 2D side-scrolling samurai pixel art game with a very Hotline Miami like soundtrack feel and aesthetic. Like very synthy, hazy. Even the storytelling is very Hotline Miami-ish, where it's just like, I don't even know what's really happening, but you're the samurai who like consults a therapist between missions, and you have like a dialogue tree where you can like Commander Shepard Paragon just interrupt people and tell them to shut up and stuff, and get your medicine that makes you freaking wig out, and then you're like, oh, I'm good. And then he gives you a document to go kill somebody, and you burn it, and then you go through these levels, and you can slow down time and reflect bullets at people and slap their faces off with your katana sword. It's cool.
No stabbing though.
It's
Is there like, does it have like little pixel blood and stuff?
oh yeah.
Lots of blood.
Okay.
So this asshole, he's like, I got Katana Zero. I'm like, cool. How's the stabbing? And he's like, what's stabbing? I'm like, there's no stabbing. I was like, oh, that's too bad. I bought the game anyway, and there's lots of stabbing.
No, it's all slashing.
Okay.
No stabbing.
Okay. All right.
A lot of this motion.
What's,
None of this.
One thing that's really cool in it, and it's inconsequential for like actual gameplay. It's just one of those little touches that I kind of like to see, where the act of you trying a level, dying, and retrying has like an in-universe explanation. Is that your character has like a precognition thing, and it's them planning out their route.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so when you die, it's like your character's like, no, that won't work. Like, let's think. It's like Sherlock Holmes. You're like,
Oh,
you know, left jab to the whatever. And when you clear a room and move on to the next one, you actually get like a full speed playback of everything you just did.
Oh, that is fucking cool.
Yeah, as if
need
it's
this game.
yeah,
Fuck.
as if it's playing out after your plan was executed, which is pretty cool.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I'm probably about halfway through that game, or maybe not even. I don't know. I'm a few levels in, but I've heard it's short. So.
But are there spear guys that jump across levels at you?
I haven't fought any spear guys.
So it's not like Sekiro?
I did.
Sekiro!
So I was talking to Joe about a section in the game where they told me to, because it's all about choice in this game. I imagine there's multiple endings based on how you talk to people and how you complete missions, because you get these like, hey, only kill this person, or don't let this person die, or whatever, or kill everybody, don't let anyone escape. Like, there's all these different conditions, and you can either fail or succeed in them, and the game just continues. But there was one mission where it told me, don't kill anyone, or don't kill anyone, I think it was, but the target. And I go there, and, like, everyone's dead already. Like, someone's massacred this place, including my target. And then the police show up, and it's like, holy shit, I gotta get out of here. And they're now patrolling the level that I just walked through empty. And Joe was saying, like, he just massacred everybody.
Murdered everybody.
Yeah. But I was like, I bet this falls in line with the conditions don't kill anyone. So I, like, painstakingly stealthed my way past all these guys. And at the end of it, I don't know what the long-term ramifications are. I think that's about where I left off. But it was like, good job. Your excellent adherence to your instructions has been noted, or whatever. It's like, oh, cool, actually, I recognize
My
that.
note was like, what the fuck did you do?
There's so many cops! It was hard dodging all the police.
It was easy killing them all.
I'm sure, yeah. But yeah, I'm really liking that game. It's cool.
How much does it cost?
It was like $17 or something like that. It's not too bad.
Excuse me? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's like a 2D, like indie.
Cool.
I think it's on
Underwrite,
PS4 as well.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's on PlayStation 4.
I think so.
Should be on everything.
Yeah, I think it's on everything.
Cool.
I have it on Steam.
But is it on my phone?
No.
It would work.
No, okay.
Nah, maybe.
So you play it on a computer, and it's no problem. Can you mod it? Can you mod infinite slashing and no stabbing?
You can probably cheat engine stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
It runs great on Switch, 60 FPS.
Cool.
Also, what runs great on Switch, which I picked up, is Cuphead. Got that on Switch.
Jim's
as
dog
well.
shit.
I'm really liking it. He doesn't like the art style because it scares him. It gives him nightmares.
Fuel. It's a spooky, scary game.
Have you heard of it?
I know what Cuphead is.
Yeah, it's got that very 1920s art style.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really into, like, there's the big lady with the gigantic boobs, right? She's like a squid lady in the background.
she's my
She's the
favorite.
boss, right? Like I really like her.
She's my favorite thing.
So I bought that game when it came out on Xbox initially, and I'd never played much of it. I was like, this is really hard. I don't feel like dealing with this right now.
It does look like a hard game.
It is a hard game, but playing it on Switch, I don't know. It's like I'm only dying like once or twice on a boss. So I'm like, oh no, I get it, and then I like just patiently kill them. And what really works is, while there's an initial like 10-15 second load into any given level, when you die and retry, it's like instant. Like you're just back into it, even on Switch. So it's like you can immediately implement your new strategy or whatever.
I hate load things.
Yeah.
Load times.
Well, an initial load is usually fine, but if you need to retry something, Trials is a perfect example of that's why that game works, because the motorbike game Trials, because you can fuck up and immediately you're back at the beginning and you can try it again. If there was any amount of load time, it's part of the reason why I think so many people get frustrated with the Souls games, because there's a long time between you dying and when you get to
try again.
Well, I mean, because there's the whole animation of your character falling over, and then
there's the loading screen, then you go back, and you have to fight your own. But if you could just be like, blink, I'm back, and I'm fighting this boss, those games wouldn't be considered nearly as hard. Even if it's the same level of challenge being presented at you, it's just not so much of a waiting time. So I feel like most people, you lose your drive to fight back.
If you die to a boss 3 times, and then you are on your 4th adventure there and die on the way to the boss,
you're more likely to give up.
There was nothing more frustrating than playing Bloodborne when I was running through it on my own for the first time, and like that scenario happening, dying over and over, and then on your way back dying to an enemy you shouldn't die to.
Yeah. But it's because you're impatient, right? You're like, no, while I still have the strategy in my head and like the drive to implement it, I need to get to this boss and kick his ass because he has it coming. But no, it's Pitchfork Man from the Pitchfork Zone, just like sticks you in the butt.
Comes out of the ground.
I was a zombie!
Oh, damn! But yeah, Cuphead's cool. I really like how...
Cuphead's not cool.
I like it a lot.
You can like it. It's not cool.
I think it's cool.
Don't say it's cool.
What I think is cool about it is it has a lot of like fighting game terminology and aesthetic around it. Like you're performing EX moves and you're busting stocks, and even when you start a boss fight, it's like the narrator's like, it's really heating up in here! Like it's...
More games need to do that.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of a fighting game.
Well, they knew it was goofy, right? And they just rolled with it.
And it even, not fighting game related, it even does this thing where when you die on a boss, it actually then shows you like a roadmap of the fight, and it shows you like what phase of the boss you were on and how many phases you have left to go. So you're like, man, I was really close. If I could just keep that up, I can do this. And I think that's really encouraging too. Not only just with the fast restart time, you can be like, yes, no, like I almost had him. I've got this. I can do this. So
health bars are good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, health bars, sure. But if you're not going to have a health bar, I think that's a really good way to do it. I've also been playing more Division, of course. I am I'm well into the end game now. I don't think I was there last time we spoke. I've completed all the strongholds.
I think you had just hit 30.
I just hit 30, and I was just doing the strongholds.
Yeah.
Doing the strongholds and hitting 30, that's what gets you into the end game where you get your specialization class. That's when the new faction invades. And you get new remixed versions of every mission where the new faction has taken over them, and you have slightly different objectives, and you might do some of the rooms in a different order as well. Different boss waves and stuff like that, which is cool. New versions of the strongholds as well with those guys, and then an all new stronghold with just them. So it did all that, and now I'm in like the end game where it's just like now it's just I have dailies, I have weeklies, I have remixed versions of missions on different difficulties and stuff like that. There's bounties. One of the cool things in the end game is that the control points that you could take before. Well, now. All those little side objectives that could pop up all along it, like free hostages, take this propaganda outpost or whatever. As you do those around a control point, it actually shows like the link, like a spider web link to that control point. As you complete them, it actually raises the alert level of that control point and its difficulty and its rewards. So it's like you can clear the area around it, make it super tough, then go in and fight like an especially hard version of the control point and get way better rewards out of it. Don't recommend trying that solo at the maximum alert level because it will fuck you up because every enemy is a level like yellow guy with super armor and there's multiple waves of bosses and
I don't like it.
I don't like it. So I've been going with level 2 ones. It's like I'll clear one mission or one side objective, then I'll take the control point.
You mean until you get the best gear? And then
or if I could have someone to play with me.
Yeah, Miles.
Hey, want to hear something encouraging? Not to cut you off, but I'm kind of cutting you off.
Tell me.
You get an internet.
Internet might be coming out to my house.
Hey.
Now it's Bell, unfortunately.
Still internet.
But it's Bell 5.
So
that's really good.
I don't think that...
it's fiber optic, right?
Yeah.
So in theory...
Yeah, it should be good.
That should be really
So I don't think
good.
we talked about it, or this had happened since the last time we spoke. I have gigabit now.
Okay.
Internet. Bell called me up, which is like... So
I like that. Bell called me up.
Immediately I'm suspicious.
So I had a package that was like 300 megabits a second, which is better than anything I'd ever had before, unlimited. I had a deal where it was a cheaper price, and it was only going to last for so long. So I've never had this happen with any company before. My deal was about to expire, and they called me and told me about it. Right? Like every company in the world.
It's just like, wow, that's more expensive than it was.
That's what happens.
Yeah, Rogers doesn't tell you.
No. Yeah.
There's like, oh yeah, by the way,
we're charging you more now.
Yeah.
So Bell told me, like, hey, that deal's expiring, but guess what? We have this other thing. We can get you gigabit for slightly more than you were paying on this deal, but not as much as you'd be paying off deal for your previous thing. And this isn't even a deal. This is just ongoing forever. Do you want it? And I'm like, oh, what is it? It's like gigabit. You get 1,500 megabits a second.
Holy fuck!
I'm
And
like,
you're just like, no. I don't trust you.
No. So I have 1,500 down, 900 up now.
New internet sounds like a scam.
Yeah.
Like
Just a money grab.
Like I'm sorry, I don't use retarded or that's retarded.
Yeah.
retarded.
I don't need it.
Nothing uses that.
Yeah.
Wrong. You can be amazing at Call of Duty now.
Like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing will upload to you that fast.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's the thing. Like, a Steam is capping out at, like, I don't know, like 300,
Yeah.
400. So, whatever. Like,
It's hilarious.
I can be downloading on multiple things. Liddy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I can be downloading from Steam, like, full speed ahead, and I can be watching something on YouTube on my phone.
And you aren't getting crippled as fuck.
Yeah. So that's cool stuff.
Yeah, no. So it's pretty cool. Hopefully, it's promising that it might actually push me to get a computer sooner then.
Yeah.
So that I can play from
We all
home.
play games. You guys should play Division with me. I did run him through some missions. It went really fast, right?
I don't like the game.
You do.
I want somebody to level me.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna pay somebody to level me.
The end game's really fun. I'm just getting all the gear drops. Like, that game has the gear drops figured out. You're just getting good shit all the time in that game. So
But when does that start? Because I haven't gotten those yet.
yeah, I felt like I started getting like really good shit like when I was mostly seeing purples and yellows drop, and that was like level 24 or 5-ish, which can happen pretty quickly.
10 levels to go. All right then.
Yeah.
I think
And your progress through the story and the levels
Put
will
that
be
face
really slow if you do it the way I was doing it, which is like I'm doing all the side missions first and taking all the control points. If you just do the main missions,
You level up super fast,
Yeah.
right?
and the side missions give you XP and gear based on your level, so it's like it's better to wait to do them anyway. So, dude, you should play Division with me.
I don't like the way the game is.
I do. It feels so good to shoot people. I finally started experimenting with SMGs, and man, they fucking tear people
that
up.
buff is retarded.
Yeah.
They went from being worthless to maybe the best.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, SMG, LMG is my build right now. Also because my specialist class that I chose has, like, in its skill tree perks for just, here's more LMG damage, here's more SMG damage. I'm like, I guess I'm going to try SMGs and just shredding people. LMGs are still the best thing for, like, super armored enemies, just because of the sheer amount of bullets you can pump into them. But
I like that word.
SMG...
Bullets.
Yeah, once
Bullets.
you break their armor, though, switch to the SMG and just melt them. Like, oh my god, it's so satisfying.
Cool.
Also, my chemical launcher thing, my high-end mods I have in it now, I have 8 shots before it goes on cooldown now.
Yikes!
Like,
That's a lot of chemicals.
yeah. Well, and it starts cooling down after you fire 1 shot. So usually by the time I run out of shots, I'm not out of shots. I have like 2 more ready to go. Like, it's pretty dope, as all things should be.
Very nice. Very nice.
What else have I been playing?
Very nice.
Oh, I've also been playing One Finger Death Punch 2.
That game's pretty cool.
Yeah, I bought that on Steam because it was really cheap. Did you ever play One Finger Death Punch? It's like, you know those old like Newgrounds stick fighting game videos or whatever?
Yeah.
It's
So
like a premium version
yeah,
of that.
so it's like
Cool.
it's a 2-button game, even though it's called One Finger, but whatever.
You can use 2.
Sure. So you hit left click, right click, and it's just a 2D. Your stick man's in the middle. It's pretty much a rhythm game in a way, where like guys come from either side at you, and you just click when they come into range to kung fu the shit out of them. But it's like, because they're just stick guys, they put all their effort into just over-the-top, like, kung fu animations. And there's so many animations in the second game, at least. And it's like, there's different types of enemies, like some need to hit, some you'll attack from one side and they'll flip to the other side, you gotta parry them from the other blow. Other guys will like shoot arrows at you and you deflect them, and then some guys will drop weapons and use that. It's all just variations of clicking left or right, but it's just like the music and the aesthetic and the moves, it's just, and the sheer amount of violence happening on the screen, it's really satisfying.
It's because stick people aren't real people, right?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So that game's...
Don't tell them that.
I'm surprised nobody's complaining about it though, because it has a really characterized, like, level 2, a fighto, like, kind of voice.
People get a hold of it and then it'll be over.
Yeah. Yeah, people will get a hold of it then. It'll be over.
Chris, are you saying it should be like some sassy white girl then?
Level 2, fight!
Here we go!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, come!
That'd be really good.
Yeah.
I'd pay money
I'd
for
pay
that.
money. And then the last thing I've been playing is Steamworld Quest, which just came out recently, and I'm really liking it. The Steamworld games are all
Terrible.
They're all good,
Fuck.
and they're all pretty different. Except for, so there's Steamworld Dig, there's Steamworld Heist, and now there's Steamworld Quest. There were 2 Dig games. Those ones were like Terraria, Spelunky, Metroidvania. Like
Their names are very literal.
Yeah, so you're like in Dig, you have a town, you're digging down and creating pathways and then finding new abilities and fighting bosses and stuff like that. Heist was like an XCOM style, but like 2D thing where you're lining up shots and ricocheting them off the ceiling and stuff like that. Quest is a like Paper Mario with cards type game. So like you're going around as these steampunk robots fighting dragons and other robot people, and you're playing your punch cards and setting up combos and stuff. The combo system's really cool. So I was showing Joe this, where you have a deck of 24 cards is your what you're going into battle with. 8 cards per character, so you have 3 characters in your party. You're going to draw a hand of 6 each turn, and it's going to be an assortment of cards from your various characters. You can discard up to 2 and like redraw, but your ultimate goal is you're trying to mostly attack with 1 character per turn, because you can place 3 cards per turn. And if you place 3 cards from just 1 character, they get a 4th card bonus and do some like ultimate super move or whatever on top of that. So you're trying to focus on 1 character at a time for the most part and take advantage of elemental weaknesses and stuff. I don't know, like the battle system's really fun. Really liking the story so far. It's just this like basic like save the world thing, but with really, I don't know, cute humor in it too. So
The humor sounds good.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So I'm liking that a lot.
Cool. So what you're saying is I need a Switch.
It's coming to PC eventually.
It's coming to PC and stuff eventually.
Probably PS4 and everything as well.
Yeah. They always favor Nintendo first with their stuff, because I think the very first game they did, SteamWorld Dig 1,
3DS.
was a 3DS game, and that's kind of what put them on the map, and then they have been going from
That's
there.
a solid start.
Yep. So I'll buy every SteamWorld game. I like how, like, aside from the sequel to Dig, which was the same thing but more, they like to mix things up, and they're like, okay, here's just a game in this universe, but something else. So... And they haven't
They have a really fucking cool universe.
Yeah, and a good aesthetic, too.
Yeah.
It's got this really good, detailed, hand-drawn like art style that keeps getting better with each game as well. Like, the SteamWorld Quest just looks incredible. The amount of detail in these characters is insane. Very clean, yes. Including the environments, too. It has, I was saying this to Joe, like, almost Darkest Dungeon, minus some of, like, the overly, like, inky outlines on the characters' aesthetic, in a way.
It looks like the combat and everything is kind of Darkest Dungeon.
As well, minus the fuck you.
Yeah, it's like Darkest Dungeon, but Darkest Dungeon hates you, and this game likes you.
Yeah. To the point that, like, my party consists of just the 3 people I started with, because, like, they're just, like, the basic archetypes. I have, like, a warrior, a mage, and, like, an apothecary guy. I have a couple other characters I could have slotted in, and they're more complex. Like, this one guy has different masks he swaps in and out and takes on different stances, and he can do parries and critical chances and stuff like that. Another one's these, like, twins with, like, an axe and stuff. More complicated, more varied characters, but my basic characters are so fucking tough at this point, I don't feel like mixing it up, because it's like my knight... Just so much damage. Why would I want a character that can do critical shots more often sometimes when I have a character that just does all the deeps?
Gambling.
Like, just big money hits. Why would I take away my mage when she can do huge damage and protect all my teammates with barriers?
Gambling.
Why would I take away my apothecary guy when he can fist people with ice and then heal all my guys?
Gambling.
Like, because there's other characters that's like, okay, yeah, when this move happens, there's like a % chance of like healing one of your allies at random.
Are their characters more aesthetically pleasing?
Kind of. Like, well...
Gambling.
Well, one character, one of the characters that I haven't chosen, like the mask guy, he has like a fox mask and stuff. He's like a Bushido samurai dude.
Like, I'm imagining, like, he has one mask and he, like, takes it off and slaps another one on. He's like, different stance and a dragon just like, it's like, your mask does nothing.
Yeah.
Your mask means little.
But yeah, I like how the game gives you that choice. Like, yeah, you can play it more complex if you want, or just upgrade the cards for your basic characters and make them gods.
You know what's kind of funny, though? Because there are games that do that, right? Where your base characters tend to be, like, just as strong, if not stronger, than
like, you have to spend time leveling up your other characters.
And learning them, too.
Learning.
Because this game, it does, it doesn't give you the same amount of XP, but it does give you some XP for your characters out of your current party. So they're not going to be too far behind. But just, I don't know, like, you also level their cards individually as well. You can sink points into that, or, like, currency and items or whatever. So I haven't even been using the more complex cards for my basic bitch party. I've just been upgrading, like, a standard attack, heal.
I think you're going to hit a point where it's like, okay, now I need some shiny things.
Maybe. But you can go back to any level at any time, so grinding would be easy to do if you really wanted to do it.
Okay.
And I've actually gone back 2 levels, because after you complete them, it tells you like what percentage of the treasure chests you found, and it's like, oh shit, I missed one, so I just go through the level again and skip all the cutscenes and.
That's where we're different. Oh shit, I missed one. Guess I'll never know what was in it.
I've been glad I've gotten them, because some of the cards I've found have been like,
oh, there's cards in there.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
it's not like this is just gold.
Yeah, no, some of them are, but some of them are like, yo, that's a really good card. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have is it randomized, or can you get like a guide?
Yeah, I just went to IGN and was like, it just shows a map of the level. It's like, oh, there's a room next to there that's hidden. Okay. And what's cool is you can go back to the chapter, replay it until you get the thing, and then quit out, and it saves the thing you found.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Not all enough games do that.
Yeah, so this game's pretty much doing it right on every level. The only thing I've heard against is that it's a little on the short side for an RPG.
Oh no, they solved my only problem.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with that, because it's relatively linear.
New Game Plus?
I don't know. I'll find out when I get there, I guess. I've heard like 20 hours-ish, and then it's over, and it's like...
It's more than enough.
That's kind of perfect. I'd totally buy an expansion for it, though, if they put it out. So.
Have they ever done DLC?
They did a DLC character for Steamworld Heist. I don't think it added any additional levels. Okay. I bought the character. I never replayed the game.
Liddy.
Like, to get that point. I own it again on Switch. I bought it there, too, because I think I originally played it on 3DS, so it had that, low-resolution screen. I bet playing through that on Switch would be glorious.
Do not talk shit about the 3DS screen.
I'll talk shit about
it. It existed.
And last but not least, what I've been doing over the last 2 weeks... I made that Twitter account.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Rando Pitchfork.
So, we talked 2 weeks ago about... the name we had settled on was Randypedia. Yeah. And I initially made that, but there was somebody else called Randypedia, so it came out as Randypedia 1.
And that's just lame.
So I renamed it...
Super lame.
So I renamed it to Duval Sorcery.
Yeah.
And named the account Rando... Or like the screen name is Rando Pitchfork. And the initial intention was to make it like a Ask Randy Questions. Instead, I'm just...
being really aggressive.
Yeah, I'm just searching Duval Magic on Twitter and replying to anyone that adds him with some fucking bullshit.
And the amount of people that are believing and thinking that you're the actual...
I read 1 or 2 that were like, oh, I thought this was the original account. Oh, my bad. And
there's an upsetting amount of people who think I'm real.
And we know that you're not real.
Yeah. It took 200 tweets for Randy to actually block me. It took 200 tweets. So I've tweeted
and including a lot of them were at
him.
Randy, at
Tim Sweeney.
At Tim Sweeney Epic. Best Bud at Tim Sweeney Epic.
Tim Sweeney Epic.
That's
his name.
Every time I refer to Tim Sweeney, Best Bud. He hasn't blocked me yet.
Nope.
I've added him so many times. He probably just doesn't check his mentions at all.
Yeah.
Or he finds it amusing.
Yeah. So it took...
He's gonna follow you
It took 200 tweets for Randy to finally block me.
Yeah.
And I kind of celebrated when that happened.
Yeah, that was a milestone.
He also reported me when that happened. I got actually like a notification like around the time he blocked me that it's like, you've been reported for impersonation. You may want to take these steps if you're not already doing them. And I was like, a parody account, I'm good. Like it says it clearly in the bio. Fuck off. And I kept going for like another week. So at about tweet 400, I went to do some more nonsense, and it's like, wait a minute. Well, at first I was like, hey, Randy unblocked me? I can see his tweets. That's weird. And then I checked my followers, and it's like, you got 0. And I checked my following, and it's like, you got 0. I went to tweet something. I couldn't. It said I was suspended. And I was like, excuse me. So I went to their appeal thing, and I was like, hey, now.
You're an all-star.
I'm an all-star. I'm clearly a parody account. It says so in the bio.
I'm clearly the real Randy Pitchford.
He's the faker. I've got 47 followers. I've got 47 followers on this thing already, actually.
It's amazing.
That is amazing.
And only 3 of them aren't real people.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so I appealed, and I was just like, hey, this is clearly a fucking parody account. Like,
It even says parody account.
It says it in the bio, as per the rules.
Just because that woman keeps believing that I'm the real Randy Pitchford.
Just because that happens doesn't make it. My at and my handle are different from his, even if they're similar, but they're different.
Like, it's Duval's sorcery.
Not Duval magic.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, the people who it's like, they at Randy Pitchford, like, okay, I'll find an example for you here, and it's really disheartening that these people, like, actually believe I'm the real fucking Randy Pitchford.
It's amazing. Find the one with the lady.
Yeah. Okay, so, at Duval Magic, question for you. For a gamer who has an idea, but obviously can't make the game, who would I have to contact for my idea for a new game to be heard?
Oh, no.
I replied, I hear at Sega hands out money to make game projects, regardless of the ability or intent to follow through. Friend of a friend told me. And they replied, okay, awesome, thank you.
Like...
No!
Like, if you read that tweet, and you think that is... I guess it's pretty close to actual Randy Pitchford. If you think about it.
The only thing that I was missing was something about magic.
Yeah. My favorite magic company at Sega.
I actually got a decent amount of likes on this one where someone said... laughing my ass off at people that pre-order, and I replied, my grandma fought and died to give people the right to pre-order. Show some respect.
We should,
Dude, there's no way I can... There's so many tweets.
No, we're gonna have a link to the Twitter account.
Oh, I did it in the last episode.
Okay, good.
And I updated it, because I originally had it as the Randypedia. And...
Now it's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good adventure.
So anyway, back to the banning story.
Yeah.
I appealed, and I was like, yo, clearly this is fine. Like, if there's some extra rule where it's like I can't tweet so much or whatever, like, let me know. But otherwise, I think I'm good, right? And they didn't even get back to me and say... They just unbanned me, and not within the 8 days they said it, within an hour. So I'm clearly golden here. So I've said to both of y'all, I think what happened is there was that initial report from Randy that was like, hey, this guy's impersonating me, take him down. And then, obviously, he wasn't seeing anything from me after that point. But other people were, like, screenshotting my tweets and adding him with them. He saw him again and was like, the fuck, they didn't ban this boy, report again! And then some automated system probably kicked in. And when I appealed it, they were like, no, this shit's fun. Fuck him.
You are a real person.
I am a real rando.
Yeah.
Rando Pitchfork.
Jesus Christ.
500 tweets.
500 tweets
Almost.
in 2 weeks.
I was going to say, holy fuck, you have more tweets than I do.
Yeah, I think that's more than my account has.
Yeah, more than my I think almost as many as my basic account has. And I never used Twitter. But I've had my Twitter account since, 2014, so...
Well, that's good. That means you don't get into pointless,
debates about hockey with people.
I got into a pointless debate about fucking, feminism or whatever a year ago.
That was great.
Oh, wait, do I know
It was the Jessica Price thing, the Guild Wars lady.
Yeah.
there was a lot of back and forth and a lot of like, sweetie, it's not sexism if it's at a man. It's like, okay, yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, just kill me. Yeah.
The autism unrivaled.
Oh, I have 385 tweets.
Okay, you can check how many you have.
Just go to your profile and then like drag down a little bit. And
scroll down.
Yeah, so I have 471 tweets as Rando Pitchfork. I also have a different picture than Randy, and my background is glorious. It's what if you Bing search, not Google, if you Bing search Rando Pitchfork, you get this picture of like a Dracula dude holding a pitchfork.
I have 500.
And it's fucking awesome.
I have 546 tweets.
Yeah, so I'm catching up to you.
My background is amazing.
So my bio. Yeah, mine's better.
No, dude. There's nothing better than the Imperial Guard throwing a bayoneted weapon at somebody. That's really good, but I do believe Imperial Guardsman has a distinct advantage with the bayonet over the trident.
So my bio, it says, Rando Pitchfork is powerful CEO of Bear Glocks. Rando Pitchfork does big magic. Rando Pitchfork make games. Rando Pitchfork is a parody/satire account. AMA.
Satire?
Yeah.
Like the goat people?
Moving on!
Location, backstage, preparing to magic.
Preparing to magic. Should it be preparing to sorcery? Because you're not Duval magic.
Sorcerers do magic.
I think sorcerers do sorcery.
Listen here.
Wizards do wizardry.
I'm not here to debate.
Witches do witchery.
I'm not here to debate what the different terms are. I don't know what it's called. I just know the sound it makes when it burns a man alive with magic.
Okay, at Rando Pitchfork, what's the difference between magic and sorcery?
Well, you need to do that.
You have another Twitter account.
And
you talk with yourself.
You can do it, and I'll answer you.
Okay.
As Rando Pitchfork.
Okay. Alright, that'll happen.
My pinned tweet is just, I believe in ghosts.
That's a good one. That's a really good tweet. It really
captures the essence
of Rando Pitchfork. And also Randy Pitchford in turn. He's a special
I was
guy.
debating on like every so often changing the display name from like Rando Pitchfork to like Ringo Patchfunk or to Rindle Pinkford or whatever, but I think Rando is it's becoming ubiquitous, so he's got to stay.
Yeah, I think so.
So what have you been doing for 2 weeks, Joe?
I wrote it all down.
Well, it's going to be like 3 things.
Okay, it's like 5 things. I went to saw Avengers.
No spoilers!
No spoilers? What'd you think of
I
it?
won't spoil it. It's the best one they've made, I think.
Whoa. Even better than Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I'll say it's better than Winter Soldier. Same directors.
It hurts him to say that.
They're really good.
The Russo brothers are fucking
because they did
amazing.
what they did.
Winter Soldier,
Civil
War, and
Infinity War, and Endgame.
Yeah, I think so.
Like some of the best stuff, other than like Thor Ragnarok.
And those 4 would be like my favorite of the bunch. And I didn't even know that until this movie that it was the same director.
Put it all together.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, it just happened. Yep, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you go back and look through, like, oh shit, that's why I like that one so much?
Well, somebody mentioned the Russo brothers. I'm like, fuck, I know that name from something. It's like, oh, my favorite Avengers movie prior to, or my favorite Marvel movie prior to was them. Yeah, Endgame is amazing. It has that fucking kick in the face that Infinity War didn't have.
Does the 3 hours drag on, or does it actually flow nicely?
I mean, he watched it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's him.
You know him.
Stupid.
I've seen
he does shit like that.
6 hours of this movie.
He does stupid shit like that.
No, it's a good movie. I'd go see it twice.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't offensive like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's only in it for 15 minutes.
And the time that she is in it is good.
Well, it's good because she's with other characters.
Well, this was
not on her
never
own.
alone on the screen.
And my understanding is this was her actual first appearance. Like, she filmed this movie before Captain Marvel. So she didn't have time to develop her own ideas on, like...
Hold on. I got a
girl
question.
power,
I got a question.
Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Does she stand like this?
Twice.
Damn it.
Okay, yeah. That would make sense. She seems newer to the character in this. Well,
like, she has less of her own personal stamp on it, and it's more, like, taking cues from the directorial
well,
scene,
seems
probably.
like She didn't know she was Captain Marvel. like she knows like who the character is, but she was not acting as Captain Marvel, a character. She was just being there.
During the filming of End Game, she didn't realize she was Captain Marvel. After End Game, she thought she was Captain Marvel.
Yes, there was a twist.
Like she in real life, she thinks she's Captain Marvel everywhere she goes.
All of the interviews leading up to Avengers have been
glorious.
I don't know if it's a meme or not.
If it's a meme, she's amazing.
She's the best. Like, unfucking rivaled.
Like,
oh my god.
The fucking satire.
Cringe, the everything from these interviews is terrible. Like, it's amazing.
Miles, did you see the interview with her and Jeremy Renner?
You know what? I haven't watched the single thing because you guys told me that it made her, like, a fucking idiot. And I was like, I just want to go into the movie without being...
No, dude, it's so good, though.
These interviews are something
The Jeremy Renner one in particular.
Yeah.
There's one with Chris...
Don Cheadle and Chris Hemsworth.
That as well. Really good. The Jeremy Renner one, it's like, the interviewer asked something about, like, do you feel like there's a lot of responsibility to like play these characters like well, given like the history of these characters, like to do justice to them or whatever?
Yes.
And Brie goes on this tangent about like it's a lot of responsibility to like use this platform I have for good and like spread positive messages and be accountable to like everyone.
And Jeremy Renner
like he physically he face palms and he's like. And he's like, yeah, like, no, I don't do anything like that. I'm accountable to myself, I guess.
Like, head in hand the whole time. Like, he wanted to die.
And again, if this is a bit,
it's amazing.
This is amazing.
She's the best actor.
The other one was...
or actress. Is that
no,
offensive?
it's actor.
Sure.
Okay. Actor.
The other one was, her, Don Cheadle, and Chris Hemsworth. And the subject of stunts came up.
Yeah.
And it was like, Brie was like, yeah, no, like I did all my own stunts, which my understanding is she actually didn't, so...
No, there's proof of her stunt double in numerous pictures.
And she's like, yeah, I thought you just like did that. And Chris Hemsworth's like, no, I do a bunch of them, but it's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna let the other guy do it. She's like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I do all my own stuff. I thought you just do it. And he's like, oh, wow, that's really impressive. You're gonna be like the next Tom Cruise. She's like, I'm gonna be the next me. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. No, I can see the snappy Brie Larson attitude. I can see, and you saying that, I pictured her saying.
And I can't remember what it was, but she tried to make some kind of joke and then did like an elbow nudge or whatever.
Don Cheadle's
into
God,
Don Cheadle.
I told you I don't like you touching me.
Well, so he didn't say it very loud though. If it was loud, I would have thought that was like a bit. But she like as it was like under his breath, she's like, I said, don't touch me. Like,
and his face was fucking
again, they're actors.
All the best actors. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all part of the crew, part of the ship here, but. If it is, I love it. If it isn't, I still love it.
And like at one point, Chris Hemsworth's like in a very obviously playful way, he's like, "I feel like we're fighting," and she's like, "I feel like we've been fighting all day."
And, like it kind of pans him off screen. He's like,
"Holy!" And have you heard she wants to direct her own Avengers movie with an all-female cast?
No!
Do it! Do it!
Please.
Do it.
Let it happen.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I dare you.
Oh no, it was my
Do it.
Do it.
I want it to happen.
Do it.
I want it. Yes. Well, everybody seems happy with End Game just being the end. If that were the case, like if it was the end,
there's never going to be another Marvel movie.
Sure.
Call me short.
Yeah.
Spider-Man comes out in the summer. You dink. That's a Marvel
the series
movie.
is over. Conceptually,
they lied.
If the
I don't know how it's going to be a Spider-Man movie.
If the predicted
dead.
If the predicted decline in quality happens, then sure, Endgame's the last one. Or if you're just done, then Endgame's the last one.
Yeah, I'm done.
But
okay, well,
new Spider-Man looks good.
But I was going to say, have fun.
Brie Larson,
through the whole movie.
You're not listening to this, but if you are, but you're not, but if you were, what I would say to you, Brie Larson, is make it happen.
Make this movie.
Make the movie happen. So that we can quicker get to the reboot.
Oh no.
Do it.
Oh no.
You know
okay,
what?
as random
Disney?
I was going to say, as random pitchwork.
Disney, do it. Give her the power, give her the reins, get it over with. That is a Band-Aid you just rip off.
No, it's going to do really good though.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. No, get Miss Marvel in there. Every other female character. You know what? Just replace male characters.
Miss Marvel died.
Replace male characters with female characters.
What?
Of the same name. Just don't explain it. Just have like, it's we had Captain America. It's Lady.
No, she died.
Liberty.
Lady Liberty. No, okay, you can't have any of these characters. They all died in Endgame.
Wait,
okay.
Would Lady Liberty be French? Being that France gave America the Statue of Liberty?
She's literally a frog.
Anyway, that's enough of a aside. What else have you been doing, Joe?
So I went to see Avengers a second time.
Holy fuck!
Let's talk about it some more.
Okay.
No, that's any more and I'll spoil it.
Brie Larson, do it.
Do it. It's this podcast called Brie Larson Do It.
fucking tweet at her, please do. Please.
Alright, as Rando Pitchfork?
Yes. Well, yeah, obviously.
Just as Rando Pitchfork at Brie Larson and my best bud Tim Epic Sweeney.
Epic
Tim Sweeney.
Me and my best bud
Epic Tim Sweeney.
at Tim Sweeney Epic are fully behind you directing all Marvel movies.
Henceforth.
Hence, how do you spell hence?
H-
Oh, hey,
H-E-N-C.
it auto did it for me. Cool. Henceforth.
If you need
#do it.
If you need assistance with magic,
If you need assistance with practical effects,
like real life magic,
like real life magic,
you know who to call.
you know who to call. No, it's going to be the Shaka. Who to call. Hashtag, and then #do it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Disney also, or Disney.
Disney also do it.
Disney, I dare you.
Can you do hashtag add Disney I dare you as like one just mess of nonsense? Or will it break?
Hashtag Disney.
Hashtag at Disney.
I think a hashtag or
It's
at.
one or the other?
Yeah,
That's too bad.
So yeah, okay. At Brie Larson, me and my best bud at Tim Sweeney Epic are fully behind you directing all Marvel movies henceforth. If you need assistance with practical effects like real life magic, you know who to call. Shaka. Hashtag do it. Hashtag Disney, I dare you.
Amazing.
That's a tweet.
Twitter's getting banned. Podcasts is getting banned.
Hey, look, I didn't tweet learn to code. I'm not going to get banned.
Therefore immune.
You can't ban me.
Wait, what if you tweeted learn to code as Rando Pitchfork, master of coding and dark sorcery?
He'll get banned.
Oh, that's too bad.
Maybe if I tweeted I hashtag learned to code.
There we go. That's it.
All right, enough tangents.
Okay.
What else you been doing?
No more Avengers. I'm playing a lot of WoW.
Wow.
I know, hard to believe. The Demon Hunter is the greatest fucking thing in that game.
So last time you were talking about bringing that into PvP?
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of PvP, like an unhealthy amount of PvP as the Demon Hunter, and it's fucking amazing.
So you've been winning even without, like, a Fearless Leader?
Yeah. No,
so it's the Demon Hunter, it's not Fearless Leader.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Demon Hunter's fucking amazing. I'm usually, if there's 10 people, I'm like second or third. If there's 40 people, I'm like top 6 for sure.
Cool.
It's
DPS?
been yeah.
Nice.
For killing blows.
Okay.
Because
For killing blokes?
killing blokes. It's been really good though, and the just leveling in the world has been more fun than any other class because of the double jump and the glide. Getting around everywhere in Battle for Azeroth is fucking amazing. You can just fly over pretty much everything. So you get up somewhere high and then it's just glide and skip like half of the bullshit and just get to where you want. It seems like unbalanced. Like they're gonna have to do something going forward. No character should have this much mobility.
No one man should have all that power.
Nice. So then you're level 120 now?
No, 15, I think. Halfway through BFA.
Cool.
Yeah, Demon Hunter's really good.
Cool.
Everything else is really boring though.
We gotta run through them with Demon Hunters. I'm down for that.
Yeah. Yeah, everything else in it has been not great. 8.2 needs to happen.
How much longer?
Fast. Not fast enough. Because I was looking at the release date for the Final Fantasy expansion, and I think that's going to be sooner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, who fucking knows? I've also been playing Final Fantasy.
Just
Dude, you have a really thick chick.
What? Oh yeah, I got a fat chocobo as a mount, and it's probably the greatest mount in it.
Like, it looks like a chick, like a baby chick, but big.
He's just he's dummy thick. Like it's amazing. I'll have to show you after.
Okay, show me after.
I think it was like a deluxe edition thing that you got with
Best
whatever.
reward ever.
Yeah, absolutely worth
Booty
it.
that just won't quit.
Just dummy thick. Yeah, Final Fantasy is a better MMO than WoW.
We were telling me, like, you only have to complete the story content once?
Yeah. So, which is my fucking problem with WoW, because I really want to play as a, oh my god, the new humans.
Colterast.
Thank you.
Or Colteran, sorry.
I'm so
How
far.
did I know that?
Because, well, you're better than me as a
Because he
person.
bitches about it all the time. And
Yeah.
he just retains stuff.
Dope.
So yeah, I have leveled through the main story, and I'm into the Heaven Sword DLC, or Heaven's Word, or Heaven Thorn, or Heaven something. It's got dragons. It's Dragon DLC.
Heaven's Wood.
Hashtag Dragon DLC.
Hashtag Dragon DLC.
Christmas dragons.
So I've gotten through all of that, and I've been playing as a Dragoon the whole time. And I was just reading a thing, it's like, yo, do you want to be a red mage? And I was like, do I want to be a red mage? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guess I start a new character to be a red mage. Wait a minute.
So I went over, and it's just like 2 dialogue things, and now I'm also a red mage.
Also a red mage.
So I pull my stick away, and I pull another stick, and then I'm a red mage. So, and that red mage is brought to level 50, because red mage starts at 50. So I have my Dragoon at 60, and my red mage at 50.
Cool.
It is fucking genius. So you can have one character with everything.
Oh.
It's amazing.
And that's just based on the weapon you're holding.
Yep.
Can you switch
Yeah.
classes
Does it automatically-
like mid-combat?
No.
That would be dope.
That would be amazing.
Does it automatically like switch your skills over
Yeah.
and like it does everything for you?
Yeah, it's like switching specializations in
Yeah.
WoW, but it's fucking all of it just switched.
And does it remember where you've placed stuff? Did you
Yeah.
test that? Did
Yep.
you put shit
Yeah.
and switch
Because
and switch back?
so I have multiple characters, and every time I start a new character, I have to move my fucking UI around every time, and that's infuriating.
So those other characters are pointless.
I don't need them anymore. No, unless you want to replay through the story of the game.
Or want a different look for your, like, physical...
You can pay to change your character.
There you go.
Yeah.
Real money or in-game money? Real game in-game money?
Yeah,
Real
doing
in-game?
things gets you a potion to change your looks randomly.
Okay.
If you want to change your race, you pay a bit.
Randomly?
Randomly. I think you can pay like $12 to change your race. You can also just pay $12 to skip all the story.
What?
Did you do that?
No, I played through the whole fucking story. Oh my god.
So you're saying when I inevitably jump back into this with you, that's
you
what
can just
I'm
skip
gonna
the
do.
story and go straight to the DLC. Yeah.
And just hang out with you there.
So the
Doing
reason
that.
you want to play through most of the story stuff is because it does have cool like transmog unlocks and stuff like that, and pets.
Oh,
and
so it doesn't give
mounts
you
and
the stuff from...
No, it skips it and gives you gear. So you
not
can
go back and play that.
You
shit,
can
though?
go back and do it. Yeah. So you can go back and do it while you're super leveled. Certain things will just level you down for, so the content makes sense. If you play with somebody else, it just levels you down. So you're playing with them. You still have most of your stuff as far as I'm aware of. The main reason I'm never playing the story again is because you are forced to go into dungeons, and you're queuing to go into old dungeons. So you're waiting.
You're not really.
It's not like WoW where it's like half an hour for a dungeon. It's more like 10 minutes, but still, that's 10 minutes where I'm like, fucking, I could be doing.
You're not really selling me playing the whole story though. Now
No, it's
I might
not
pay the
great.
money and just skip it then.
Oh, so yeah, and the good thing is if you do pay to skip it, I was reading that it puts you up to level 59, I think.
Okay.
And that is 9 levels higher than the start of the first DLC. So you're just super ripped and blaze through it. For doing the main story in the game, though, I found out you can just skip all the side quests. You don't have to do a single fucking one of them. You just do the main story, and it
And you're
gives you
good.
everything you need.
So
Yeah.
it's like The Division.
Yeah, Yeah, and you can go back and do side quests if you care for them.
Do the side quests scale?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. I think you scale down to them. I don't think they scale.
Do they give you
up to
rewards though that scale to your?
So I've gone back and done a few, and it's like, here's all of these gear pieces if you want the gear pieces, or you just take this thing that gives you money.
That's
So
good.
it kind of, not as good as the Division does it. The dungeons in the game are fucking fantastic. Every single one of them.
Are they
Do them all
fun?
solo?
No, you have to do them with people. Every single group I've ever been with has been fantastic.
You have to communicate.
No, not at all. Usually the healer will be like, hey, make sure you do this, make sure you do this, make sure you do this.
And you'd be like, fuck no.
Well, when I did ignore the healer, I blew up immediately, so I should have listened. And there was a few times where I did a hard dungeon, which is 4 DPS, 2 tank, 2 healers, and it was a absolute shit show, because it was just, you're just fighting a boss, and the boss just shits on you the whole time. And I did not have the gear for it, but it let me queue for it, and I don't understand why, because I just kept getting one hit every time he turned around, and the healer just like blink, brought me back. It's not like a 2-minute cooldown, I guess, for healers to bring people back.
It's like, I'll keep bringing you back, but you might want to leave.
Well, so there was, the person was like, hey, like, are you not geared for this? I'm like, I guess not. They're like, okay, we'll just stand over here.
We got this.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was supposed to take, they give you an hour of a lot of time to complete the event.
Yeah.
So that people aren't, I guess, holding instances off in the server side thing like they do in WoW.
I like the idea of all these guys are taking on the boss and fighting him with everything they got, and you're just like off in the background, just like punching the air, going, yeah,
get him, get him.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm standing in the corner just throwing spears at the boss, doing like no damage whatsoever. It was hilarious.
Eventually, it just aggroes on you and kills you.
There was a few times where I guess
like, hey, you!
Well, so the bosses started doing something, and they all turned away, and I'm already mid-throwing the spear, and that's enough to pull aggro. All of the fire directly at me.
It's like the idea of your character, so you're hucking your spears from distance. The gang parts like waves because they know something's coming, and you're mid-throw. Look at your face. Oh no! And the boss has this shit-eating grin. And crotch beams you.
Fire. It was brutal. It was like this big Final Fantasy fucking demon thing with like 4 swords, and it didn't swing the swords once. It just kept lighting everything on fire. Very Final Fantasy-like. But so I started off as a Lancer, and once you hit level 30, you turned into a Dragoon.
Okay.
I don't know what the significance of that was, but so my problem initially was the global cooldown is fucking disgusting.
Yes,
it's
I
like
remember that being a problem.
2.5 seconds as opposed to WoW's like 1.3 seconds.
Does that get better difference?
So there's your abilities that are on the global cooldown, and then your abilities that have separate cooldowns. So
unaffected by the global?
Yeah. Okay. So I have like 3 different leap attacks that will. So I can do an attack that it chains 4 different attacks all chained together, and they just do super damage. In between each of those, I can do a leap. The problem is, after that initial burst of 7 attacks,
you're kind of just waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the cooldown, so I'm doing the 1, 2, 3 for this, and then there's like a dragon blood buff. That when this is on cooldown and this is on cooldown, I can do this ability and it's really cool. And then that's on cooldown and then there's this and this. So there's way more going on than WoW currently has. Which is fucking amazing because as a warrior in WoW, I am leap into combat, 1, 2, 3, R, 1, 2, 3, R, 1, 2, 3, R, Q, 1, 2, 3, R. And it's the most boring fucking thing. In raids it's exactly the same. In PvP, it's... The only time it's ever different is in PvP. Because the enemy isn't just standing there.
Right.
Enemies are running at you doing the same thing.
So you're going to have to leap more often.
More leaps, more better. The Demon Hunter mixed that up a bit. It's...
Because she has more leaps.
Double jump and glide, which is really fucking cool.
Like 3 or 4 movement abilities alone.
Yeah.
You had the backflipping thing, which you could quickly turn around and do.
Yeah. So what I was like primarily doing is... the X thing where you land and then doing a stun on somebody so they couldn't move. And then, like, because I'd catch people on their own. That's what Demon Hunter does. As they'd start to move back, I would backflip in front of them, lock them in again, do the drain, the I-beam, and as they were leaving again, I would lock them in, my cooldown would reset, and then I would fucking annihilate them, and it was amazing. And because there's so much mobility... like a healer in the back, you jump, dash, turn backwards, do the backflip, and you're just at the healer, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And then
I can't deal.
And then I get obliterated by everybody else that's there as well. But at least I scared the healer. So, and it seems like most
like
of
Detective Pikachu.
with the arms out. And it seems like Final Fantasy, for the most part, just kind of has that active gameplay at all times. I just unlocked the Red Mage, and trying to learn how the fuck it works. Like, I was doing a thing where it's like a 1 second cast, and then it takes this other ability that's a 6 second cast and makes it instant. So you're just alternating cast, and it's going really fucking fast. Whereas in WoW, it is cast... instant.
Oh, yes, I know.
And you have to fucking stack them because your leveled character is a mage. And it's amazing for DPS when nothing is hitting you. And that's the only time it's good. This thing seems like it's just like fire and death everywhere.
Very Final Fantasy.
So, yeah. Yeah, and all of it's gorgeous. I'll show you the moveset for the Dragoon after. It's fucking... It's pristine.
What else do? You been do. What does?
I have other things written down.
I was gonna say, see, told you it was only 3 things. I knew it.
I'm playing a lot of Black Ops 3 zombies.
They're fun.
Like a lot. I found more maps, more mods, more stuff.
Cool.
Still haven't found a way to mix them together yet. I need to get access to the actual files to do that.
So, do you mean like to mix mods together?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I guess some of them break. I want to learn how to make the mods for them at this point. Because then I could just take the Modern Warfare weapons and mix them with this guy's map. And the new Black Ops 4 map for zombies is really fucking cool.
Okay. Do I have to buy that?
I don't think you can buy it separately, right? You have to buy
the whole season pass.
Yikes.
Yeah. Which I think it's $59.99 for the PC
That's
one.
steep.
That comes with everything at work right now.
Everything forever or everything currently?
Everything forever, like season pass and stuff.
Like it's
but
not.
if you already have the game. It's not.
Yeah. That's what drives me fucking crazy.
But it's not broken up into the seasons like
individual packs or anything.
Yeah, no, like because for instance, like I know it's a Dragon Ball game. They do this a lot for character packs, but
season 1 of content
for Xenoverse 2, you would buy like. It said season pass, and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll buy that for Trent, right?"
Oh,
he likes that.
Second season pass,
and then it got to like 4 packs, and then it stopped, and I was like, "No, season pass is the whole thing." It's like, "No, we started a brand new season." I'm like, well, maybe you should have put season.
Call
pass
of Duty is
1
different
then.
because they only support a game for a year.
Yeah. They do have their stacked fucking microtransactions for the multiplayer and the battle royale that are like Fortnite seasons on top of your game that you paid for and your battle pass that you paid for and the previous microtransactions that you paid for. Like Call of Duty is the most aggressively monetized shooter there is. But yeah, if you buy the Black Ops pass, you get access to all of the zombie stuff.
Okay.
So wait until they're all out, see if they're good, and then wait for a sale or something.
Okay, I'll think about it then. For sure.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's all Greek.
Ninadar.
But it's like so I made it so that I'm like super god because that's the only way I'm playing that fucking game.
Pussy.
I refuse to play normal zombies now. I hate it. So you're running around this like weird zombified fucking Greek thing, and this fucking Pegasus flies by, and it's like, man, that's cool. I want to ride that. You can ride it.
Can you shoot it down?
No, it's Pegasus. You can't just shoot down Pegasus. Look at this fucking guy.
Mythical creature, hello.
Duh.
AK-47 can't melt steel
that's a mythical
Pegasus
creature,
wings?
too.
That's true. The mythical AK-47. God's greatest gift to man. So yeah, I've been playing zombies.
Cool. Well, we gotta try that out then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Katana Zero is my favorite game right now.
You playing any more of it?
No. But I really like it.
I just like appreciating it from a distance.
Yeah.
I think it's neat.
I've been playing like an unhealthy amount of Final Fantasy. I just resubbed to Final Fantasy 4 days ago. And
When did you discover you had the chicken? Wait, about the time you sent me the picture of it? You're
yes.
like, oh my god, look at this chicken.
Yeah, because it was in my mailbox. I never checked my mail. I had it the whole time. But yeah, I resubbed like 3 or 4 days ago, and I put like another 25 hours into it already. It's really good. I've been playing other things, I guess. Super Animal Royale is fucking amazing.
What's that?
It's the top-down battle royale game where you play as little animals. I saw a trailer for it at E3.
Okay, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
I think I've seen it it's on Steam, right?
Yeah,
I think I've seen it pop up.
Can you show me it after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a free version where you just don't unlock anything, but you can play it.
That's stupid.
And you pick your little creature, and then you drop the fuck in, and it's all top down. You just pick up guns and shoot people. It's like Gungeon Battle Royale.
Oh,
that's cute.
It's fucking amazing.
Do they like just bleed all over the place and explode all gory? Or is it like...
there's no blood or gore.
Aww.
It's furry friendly.
Oh, is it like Conker's Bad Fur Day?
I don't know what that is.
Never mind. There was a lot of blood in Conker's.
Is it like that one Twitter video I sent you with the furries and the space marines?
It's not that furry. It's like a cute little fluffy thing.
Is it like Deformers?
Do they like explode into rainbows?
No.
Oh.
I don't know what Deformers is.
That game with the balls that was Rocket League.
Oh, that game should have been good.
Except it had no features.
Yeah. They forgot to make it good.
A game.
They made a tech demo.
What else have you been doing?
Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 11.
Is it any good?
No.
Okay, I didn't think
No.
so.
Okay, so everybody hates this game, and I understand why.
It's been selling really well. It's nobody who matters hates the game.
But isn't it the same?
Right.
Isn't it the same kind of effect as Call of Duty? The name alone sells the game,
Yep.
right?
Probably, yeah.
Because when we play Mortal Kombat 10, like I firmly believe that
I didn't like 10.
Killer Instinct is a
better
way
game.
better game.
Mortal Kombat 9 was better than 10.
Yeah.
I never
It
played
was
it.
better than 11.
The only Mortal Kombat game.
11's my favorite.
The only Mortal Kombat game that I've ever played, aside from like the original Mortal Kombats, has been Mortal Kombat 10, and honestly, I didn't like it. Like, it was funny when you do some shit, but like...
I haven't played 11, but... No.
10 was needlessly heavy. 9 was fast, which was nice. This one's pretty heavy as well.
And they got rid of the boobs so good. Like, right side of history.
There's that.
boobs?
All the characters are dressed in, like, full burqas, pretty much.
Aww.
It's not quite like that.
I want to see... What's her name? Melina?
Yeah, all of them.
Her scary face.
She's not in the game.
And her
Oh, is she not in the game?
No.
Okay, but all of them are fully covered.
They look pretty much exactly the same they did in 10.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was the one where they stealthed that stuff in.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't go all the way with it, but, like, nobody really noticed. And then this one, they're just like, yo, what if, like, full battle armor for just the women?
Yeah?
So
Because all the dudes are still... Well, not all the dudes, but half the dudes
what's
are
his name?
still shirtless.
Lao Kang?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
He's so fucking cool.
Probably see his nips.
Yeah.
He's still only wearing pants?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, most of the characters are really good. The story's as ridiculous as they all have been. The gameplay itself, though, feels way better than any of them.
Yeah, that's... Honestly, I've heard no complaints about that. Like,
the microtransactions are...
ludicrous.
incredibly aggressive. It's basically Call of Duty.
So I was going to put it in news, but we can just talk about it now. Like, that game has an absurd... Like, if you want to unlock anything in that game, it's got a crazy grind wall.
Yeah.
Or you pay for it.
It's basically Black Ops 4. Like...
What can you buy in Black Ops 4 that you need to grind for? Aside from
all of the cosmetics in the game.
Red dots.
And then there's, like, the variants of the guns and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So.
Have they added a whole bunch of shit to Black Ops 4 and I didn't know about
Oh,
it?
tons of stuff. It's absurd.
Yeah, that's the way they do
And,
it now,
so-
right? The game comes out and they don't have any gratuitous microtransaction stuff. They wait like a month or
Battlefield
so.
5 is added.
And then they do it after the review cycle's done so that nobody's bitching about it in any kind of noticeable capacity.
Ooh, so you're saying I can get better guns by paying for them now?
Yeah.
Well, so you don't buy the guns, you buy a chance to get the good
Yeah,
gun.
yeah, you can gamble for them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
In Mortal Kombat 11, you can't directly buy...
Can you buy currency that you can use to buy loot boxes? Or is it...
It's not... There's no loot boxes in the game. It's the crypt. You unlock things in the crypt faster, which
Okay.
is the loot boxes.
Yeah. So it's not directly a loot box, but it's the same...
Yeah.
thing.
They disguised it in gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, like somebody on Reddit did this like big calculation of like, okay, looking at the skins and stuff that they're selling in the store and everything else, if as they cycle content through and if you're able to buy everything, it would cost about this much to unlock everything without grinding. And Ed Boon took to Twitter and was like, wrong! So wrong! We're not even selling all the content, okay? Only some of it is for sale. Wrong! It's like...
Ed Boon is fucking retarded.
So it's like... And he was even doing like fucking the clap and crying emojis in his tweet and all that stuff unironically.
all of the You know the Game Informer thing we watched with Vonderhaar, the 120 questions, and none of it he actually lied about. Holy shit. Ed Boon, it was 166 questions, and 40 of them were just flat out lies about the game. I don't think he knows... I don't think he knows.
Well, I'm sure he's right that they're not selling every skin in the game, but isn't that almost worse? It's like, you're just arbitrarily choosing some skins, or, you're going to have to pay for this one, you can only grind for this one.
Yeah. Well, and it's like in Call of Duty, it's like, here's your season, or Fortnite, here's your... Call of Duty's worse. Here's your season, and then you cannot get the stuff anymore unless you pay, more money for it or something like that.
Because Fortnite's free, they can do whatever they want with that shit. Mortal Kombat, you pay the whole thing, and then you buy the Fighter's Pass, and then there's going to do a second content, and then to do Ultimate Edition.
The one super scummy thing that I noticed that was pretty... aggressive was that Frost was sold separately, and they didn't tell you that you unlocked her in the story mode.
Wait.
Yeah, so she was
So I thought she was just a DLC character.
No, you unlock her by completing the 4th episode in the story mode.
My god.
Yeah.
Also, the PC version, the menus and the executions or whatever are 30 FPS.
And a modder has already fixed that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Fucking... Man, the fact that anybody bought this game on fucking PC after Mortal Kombat X's launch.
Look here. Well, unlike Mortal Kombat X, this game does launch.
Yeah.
X was a travesty. This is... So everybody's been talking about, a lot of, terrible issues they've been having, desyncing with the cutscenes, really bad stuttering and stuff. It's only people that have updated their drivers.
Right.
I've had none of that stuff, but yeah, the 30 FPS menu's a fucking travesty.
One thing we didn't talk about is, so all of this grindy, pay to unlock, whatever stuff, is made even worse by you have to be online to unlock anything in this game.
Oh, really?
PC, PS4, Nintendo
and
Switch.
a Switch. So in the Switch version, the way that manifests is if you're doing one of the tower climb modes or whatever, unlocking stuff, if you put the game to sleep, let alone lose a connection by accidental means, but if you put even the game to sleep, it disconnects and you get booted out. All progress
because of the way the towers work, you lose all of your progress. It's all gone.
And the reason they do this, not the spoken reason, but the obvious reason they do that is because the PC community, if they could be offline, they're just going to cheat to unlock shit.
So there is cheats for this game to unlock stuff, and
do they work?
No one's been banned.
Wait, so then what's the fucking point?
They have no way of telling the people who've used the cheats.
So they implemented DRM, but are too stupid to actually act on it.
That's what I've seen.
Cool.
Yeah. No, I have a friend who has the game, bought the character pass, and just gave himself a shit ton of currency with...
and just unlock everything.
It wasn't cheat engine. It's his own fucking thing. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I've seen it happen, and then I've seen stuff online of people doing it.
You're probably going to hear about bans in the near future.
I'm imagining there's going to be something about it.
Because you stole. It's I stole from you to get what I paid for.
Yeah, but the one thing that seems really weird is that none of this game is server side. All of the game is there. You have the whole thing. I don't know what the internet connection thing is actually doing.
I need to take a call. Sorry, I'll be right back. Keep going.
Yeah, it's one of those games that I absolutely love it, but my god, is it fucking cancer. And it's fucking... Everybody's buying this game, you're supporting the downfall of the gaming industry and whatever. I'm like, fuck it, let it burn. I don't give a shit. I've played 30 hours of this between PC and a friend's PS4.
Nice.
But that's terrible timing on Chris's behalf, because that's all I have to talk about for games.
Nice.
So...
Nice.
Yeah. Final Fantasy's really good.
Cool.
Back to that.
No, cool. I'm definitely down to jump into it with you. I'll just pay to fucking get my character 59 then. Fuck it. I got my, remember how I was having issues signing, the reason I haven't been playing is because I haven't been able to sign into my account.
Oh, yeah.
Remember I was having issues with that?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out which email. No, it was my username. And I was like, no, I have all the other information, just tell me what my fucking username is. And they were like, they sent me 3 or 4...
emails we need this info.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm clearly supplying you with all that info. Where is it?
But it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and then I was finally hey, no, it's this, and they're like, oh, this is your username. Why couldn't you just fucking say that from the beginning?
17 emails later.
You fucking idiots.
Sorry about that, lads. I ignored the call the first time, and he left a message, and then he called again. I'm like, okay, is the house on fire or something? It's no.
Just asking if you need cereal.
Pretty much.
I love it.
Love you, Dad.
We're talking about our inevitable adventures in Final Fantasy XIV.
I'm down to play.
Inevitable.
Provided you're cool running through it with me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, here.
So is that everything you've been doing this week?
Yep.
Where is it?
Miles just finding he couldn't get into. The only reason we haven't been playing is because he couldn't get into his account because they wouldn't send him his fucking username. And then after like
Check your
17,
junk mail.
well, after so they replied to him. It just took like what 4 emails?
Yeah.
For them to finally send his actual.
It's like, oh yeah, we meant to get to you, but we also don't care.
Yeah.
Square Enix, pay me child support.
Yeah, no, so the first one was like, thank you for contacting the Square Enix Support Center. This is an automated message. Any emails sent to this address will not be answered. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. And they were like, incorrectly registered service account / Square Enix ID. If you've mistakenly registered Final Fantasy XIV to the wrong service account, please fill out this form. And I was like, no, I haven't. I just know what my fucking username is.
Let me in!
Right? So I was like, okay, fine.
Wait, do they have that many people like accidentally subscribing to or signing up?
You can tie your key to the wrong account pretty easily because of how much is done through Steam.
No, it's like the idea. It's like, thank you for choosing our game. If you accidentally chose our game, we understand. Here's how.
Here's how you leave.
Okay, so then I got this email that was like, greetings. We would like to help you with your concern. Unfortunately, the information provided to this ticket does not verify the account and question sufficiently for us to be able to render assistance for this issue. Please provide us with the following information: email address, first and last name, date of birth, registered physical address, and then serial.
Any physical ailments.
Security token serial number, if applicable. And then
Blood type.
Singular taken.
And then I was like, I filled out all that shit, okay?
Are you gay?
Again, this is all just for my fucking... I just want to know what my username is.
Yeah.
Just tell me what my fucking username is, please.
I'll figure out the rest.
So then I said that stuff, and then they were like, thank you, the recent support. Oh yeah, by the way, your Square Enix name is Schmidt-Wolfen. I was like, holy fuck, come on, how stupid are you?
I feel like we must have tried that.
I swear
but with
to
the wrong password.
I fucking tried it. I swear.
Maybe there's a space or a hyphen.
No, it's
A
capital SCHMIDT, Schmidt, and then Wolfen, capital WOLFN. Definitely did that. What's your security password? Your security question?
Yeah, just read that out.
No, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to read the fucking answer. Nobody listens to this anyway. Fuck off.
Brie Larson's going to listen.
And I was, what is your pet's first name? And I was like, okay, fine. I see the answer. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm definitely trying that now that I have that.
Speckles the dog!
4 fucking emails to get that answer. You couldn't just give it to me the first time? Here's the serial key that pops up when I boot the fucking game.
I physically own this. It is mine.
Do you think maybe it's me?
Yeah, because when you launch it through Steam, it just brings up the launcher, and then it needs more information. I'm like, why can't you just use my Steam information?
Yeah.
Like, why does Warframe need my Warframe account? Why does PlanetSide need my PlanetSide account? Fucking stupid.
You don't play PlanetSide.
I did. But now I don't.
Game was trash.
I got a really good patch the other day.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I got a DX11 patch that actually... Like, it didn't dip below 50 for me when I was playing, in the middle of all that shit where it used to be like 12 FPS.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Still not worth playing.
I changed my Steam password, and I tried to log in, and it was like, wrong password. I was like, oh yeah, right, I changed it. And then just,
fuck.
It's on my phone. Thank God.
Boys ready for some news?
Yeah, sorry, we're dragging on a lot.
Allow me to present to you the news.
Tim Sweeney, done.
Alright, first up, Xbox One SAD Edition announced.
Excuse me?
Xbox One S, all digital, SAD.
Oh.
They're putting out an Xbox One S for only $50 cheaper that doesn't play discs. Even though it has still the disc drive slot and the eject button contacts, they just didn't attach anything to them.
So I thought this was actually going to be received really well by the community with how much outlash there is against
physical media these days. Everyone's like, I just get everything digital now anyway, but people have been actually shitting on this.
Yeah.
Well, because it's not cheap enough to justify it.
Yeah.
It's only $50 cheaper. It's like, fuck that. I'm not going to cut myself off for an entire...
Well, like, I mean, even like a little Switch like that should be like at least $100 different.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You're missing, I'm assuming you're missing the whole like physical port, right?
Yeah,
they've
just
taken it out.
Well, no, it's pretty much they just fucking covered it in plastic. It's all like pretty much still there. Or it's ready to receive stuff to go there.
I was going to say you can put your own disc tray in.
Probably.
Well, I was wondering, like, if you open it, is it in there?
There's no disc drive in there, but the slots for it are still in. They didn't change the board in any way.
Okay.
Lazy.
Still, that's $100 cheaper in my mind.
It should
at least in my mind.
Well, because you're foregoing the option to say, like, oh, okay, it's digital, this price. Oh, it's on sale physically. I'll get it there. And vice versa. Like, you don't get option at that point. It's one way.
Yeah.
One way.
Yeah. Which is big talk from the guy who fucking bought the PSP Go the day it came out. But whatever, I'm a hypocrite. Moving on.
I bought the Switch the day it came out.
Yeah, but that could take cartridges.
I had a PSP once. No, I didn't. I had a...
You had a PSP Slim.
Did you have the
Slim?
Slim Peep.
I did, yeah. The little Star Wars one.
Yeah.
Battlefront 2. And then I broke it in ancient history class.
Yeah.
I still remember the day.
When it crunched, I looked over and you're like, fucking hell.
No.
Next news.
No.
Smash Brothers 3.0 update released.
Nothing interesting.
Includes a new paid DLC character, guy from Persona, Joker. Comes with his stage, and a bunch of music.
Fun to be.
He's a lot of fun.
I just hate the series
Persona. He has a really cool combo you can do by slide kicking a guy, popping him in the air, and then using a cable to yank him back down.
That's his recovery.
Yeah.
Persona's gay.
Yep.
It might be gay, but Joker's pretty cool.
So also with that update, they added a stage editor and video editor, and like sharing and downloading features for.
Trent already made a stage.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it. And I was like, we're never playing on it, so.
So go home.
Also, people are all pissy because they were trying to do like trans rights stages, and Nintendo's banning them for being political.
Nintendo should ban everybody.
Well, so Joe, maybe you're not persuaded on Joker or not, but like the elite Smash players like him. They say he's not over.
That's you saying that makes it so he's never going to touch him.
I know.
No, I'm gonna.
The elite Smash Brothers players liking something is like, okay.
I mean,
avoid
he at least respects Zero, so Zero says he's a lot of fun.
I like Zero.
Yeah, he says he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what other characters come out in the Battle Pass.
Honestly,
I like Joker's stages.
He reminds you of he reminds you a little bit of when Sheik first came out in Melee.
Sheik's awesome,
right? Like just the quick mobility and everything you can do. It reminds you of Sheik.
But also, so he's not like broken, but when he activates his persona
when he gets Arsene, he's broken.
Yeah, it's like a mini Final Smash. He becomes really tough nut.
So this is my biggest problem with this character, is that Nintendo puts out a DLC and it's broken and everybody's happy. Any other game puts out a DLC and the character's broken.
And they're like, pay to win!
Like, how come Nintendo gets a pass just because they're too retarded to know any better?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, they did that, like, for Smash 4, right? When Cloud came
All
out.
the
Cloud
DLC
was
they put
very
out
obviously
Bayonetta.
better than
Retarded.
everybody else. And then Bayonetta has, like, 3 sets of shields that she can use. I mean...
Fair and balanced.
I mean, they were very quickly banned from tournaments and shit, but...
That's not Nintendo.
Yeah, you know it's a good game when you need to ban certain aspects of it at your competitive events.
Pikachu's OP.
Ban Pikachu.
So, also Persona related.
Oh boy, here we go.
Atlas has been fucking teasing. Man, they've been like, we're going to announce an announcement of an announcement. They were like, oh yeah, more details to come this day. Okay, here's a teaser. And then another day. So then April something came and they finally announced what was going on. They had 2 things that they had been teasing. Persona 5R and Persona 5S. First, they revealed R, which is the Royal edition of the game. The complete edition that they didn't release 3 years ago or however long ago it was. It's going to have new character, new story events, new additions to the game all throughout. It's like this is the director's cut of the game. It's coming to Japan first, and then it's going to come to us like a year fucking later.
Holy shit.
So I have a problem with that first because there's going to be no upgrade path to it whatsoever. It's not like you can buy an expansion or whatever for it. It's like, nope, you buy the whole game again or fuck you kind of thing. Also, the whole getting it a year later thing is stupid for us as well. What's even dumber about this, though, is what they revealed with Persona 5S. Everyone was, like, assuming, hey, this is going to be Persona 5 on the Switch, right? And the pessimist in me was like, yeah, it's going to be on the Switch, but watch, it'll just be the fucking, like, basic bitch bare bones version of the game, while PS4 and nothing else gets the Royal Edition. And they exceeded my expectations. Persona 5S is a fucking Dynasty Warriors clone. It's called Persona 5 Scramble, and it is coming to the Switch and PS4. So that is just some fucking Corrupto-ish monkey paws shit.
Way more excited for that than I am for any aspect
Sure.
of any Persona game.
I'm not gonna lie. A Dynasty Warriors Persona thing and the way it looked, that looks like a fun time. It's just... the fucking...
And I think the thing that makes
the fucking
so
script
much...
flip of that, where everyone's like, yeah, put Persona on the Switch, or anywhere else, put it on PC, do something. And they're like, What if we did Dynasty Warriors?
So I'm gonna say, like, even 10 minutes before this conversation, I've heard every single dumb motherfucker that's talked about this say it's a fighting game.
No.
And I've been like, well, that sounds pretty cool. Probably get that.
No, it's
Now that you say it's a fucking Dynasty Warriors game, I am so in. It's not.
It looks cool. The footage they show was this Joker fucking button mashing through an army of riot police.
Do people not know what fighting games are?
No.
Like, you're technically fighting, sure. That's not a fighting game.
No, I've heard people refer to fighting games like, I'm looking for fighting games. You know, like Call of Duty. Fighting games.
No, that's a killing game. You kill people.
Man, I'm generally kind of pissy, but also like over it. I guess I think I'm on the other side of Persona at this point. Like I don't care.
I'm so happy that it's not happening because A, that pisses people off, and B, I get a better game out of it.
Sure, I don't
fuck Persona.
I don't know
fans.
much about Persona, so
it's a shit. We played some of 5.
I know.
Yeah, I love
it was terrible.
I love the art and I
is
love the
this
music.
Yes.
The art and the music are
music is
fantastic.
That's why when they made a fighting game with a good soundtrack and a dance one, it was really fucking good.
But man,
how are their spin-offs
I guess
all better than actual fucking game?
Well, the one dancing game was good. The other ones were shit. Because,
no, they were all great.
No.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Atlas has become one of the most exploitative companies for their fandom possible. Like, they fucking string them along, overcharge them, give them the incomplete version of a product just to sell them the full version later. It's, I don't know, I think I'm over it. They've lost me at this point.
You know what?
Like, they are worse.
Had me.
They are worse than Nintendo for, like, not delivering on the potential of their product. Every single fucking time. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna make
That's a pretty bold statement.
We're gonna make a
worse than Nintendo.
We're gonna make a Persona spin-off game that's gonna feature characters from 3, 4, and 5, but it's gonna be exclusively on the 3DS in the year 2019.
That's not happening.
Yes.
That wouldn't.
It's called Persona Q2.
That'd be so stupid.
We're gonna make a follow-up to our Persona 4 dancing game that was actually really well liked and received, even though it was exclusive to the Vita, which we still haven't brought to any other machine for no good reason.
Yeah.
We're going to make a follow-up to that featuring characters from Persona 3 and 5. But we're going to split it into 2 games that individually and even combined equal less content than the previous game and sell them for full price each and in incomplete form, so you have to buy additional songs and content to complete the package.
Oh, it's genius. And you know what? The fans love it. They're all retarded.
Yeah, no, Persona 5 itself...
I like Mortal Kombat.
Persona 5 itself took 8 years to release.
Did it really?
Persona 4 came out in 2008.
Holy fuck.
On the PS2. They skipped an entire generation.
Well, skipped a generation. It was still a PS3 game. Let's be real.
It's still a fucking PS... So it finally came out, and it's a PS3 game running at 30 FPS for no good reason.
And the 4 version also 30
And it's a visual novel with no choice. Because the game hijacks you every single day. It's like, our story is so important, we're going to drill it into your head that, like, oh, you only have, like, this many days of in-game time to complete the story. However, like, 90% of those days, we're going to force you down a path with no choice whatsoever, and you're going to have to fucking like it.
That's like Rockstar.
Yeah, no. Persona can eat my dick.
Fuck Atlas.
Character's really fun in Smash Brothers. I love the aesthetic, but god damn.
Fuck them.
Wii U sales.
Wii U sales.
Wii U sales. Anyway.
I didn't have anything to add to that. I wanted to jump in so bad.
Wii U sales is good enough.
Next up, some cool news. Mark Cerny at Sony. Spills the beans on next gen.
PS5.
Without saying
Specs
PS5.
revealed.
But they actually talked about what's going to be in it. Like, they were talking...
I know Joe was kind of teasing it to me. Like
Ryzen 2 mini architecture, which is really good.
And the Navi, their next generation Navi GPU technology is going to be in it. So that shit's not even out yet. So it's going to be like current PC graphics
capable
technology.
of 8K
30 FPS, baby.
And it is backwards compatible.
They've already said it's backwards compatible.
What degree, we don't know.
They haven't said whether it's going to be digital or physical.
Good
or
point.
Yeah, so
If I have to buy Bloodborne again,
if they say it's digital only backwards compatibility,
I'm never buying another PlayStation.
Yeah.
I'm out. I didn't even play the last one.
It's going to have a 2 terabyte SSD in it, which is insane.
They said 2 terabytes?
Yeah. 2 terabyte SSD.
Oh, you might get it after all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tiny. 2 terabytes. Games are 150 gigs now.
Better than we're currently at.
Not wrong.
For an SSD, that's huge still. Too.
But can't you just always use an external hard drive anyway?
I'm sure. If it's SSD,
not necessarily. No, if games are built for the new SSD, you won't be able to use an
actually.
external drive.
So they were actually.
It's going to be proprietary memory.
So as part of their backwards compatibility and SSD announcements, they were showing off Spider-Man running on the PS4 Pro versus their internal build of this new system coming out, and they
still 30 FPS.
Sure, because they'd have to. They could still. They could.
Game.
Yeah, they could do a patch for it. I'm sure they won't, but they could.
Like just put out like a beast mode patch, right?
No,
they'd have to.
No, they'd have to tweak the game because the game itself is capped.
They'd have to redo all the animations. It was built for 30.
Yeah. Anyway, they showed fast travel in the game. On the PS4, it took like 15, 20 seconds or so.
It's actual fast travel.
In the PS5 quote, 0.02 seconds.
Instant.
Instantly. So that's exciting for backwards compatibility stuff.
Yeah, the thing that I'm most excited about these consoles is the removal of load times.
Yeah, and
really.
And with that technology under the hood, God of War at its unlocked frame rate, even if it's just 1080p, that's going to be 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Like that will be a 60 FPS game.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to redo Bloodborne, sadly. Although there's emulators unlocking Bloodborne.
So.
Internally.
Oh, seriously?
So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe Sony will figure out a way to unlock games.
Unlock, I mean, like they've unlocked the frame rate. It still runs at 5 FPS, but it is unlocked.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
So,
the PS5, I'm calling it the 5. Fuck off, Mark Sony.
That's what they'll call it.
It sounds fine. I still have absolutely no hope.
They're going to push for resolution over frame rate.
I think we're going to be seeing it launch as an 8K console, not it's fucking Ryzen 2. This is a 120 hertz console. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, but they're not going to fucking do that.
Yeah.
And if they leave it up to the developer, what sells? Pretty or smooth? It's always pretty.
Yeah. Next up, Studio Wildcard, the art guys, they actually unbanned that guy that we were talking about a couple weeks ago, and they fixed the thing that he exposed. But only because everybody was upset about it.
Review bombing and outcrying.
Yeah.
Hey, are you telling me review bombing does something there, Chris?
Oh, weird.
Is that what you're selling me right now?
Weird. It's almost like that's my point.
Review bombing needs to exist. And they're removing it. Well, it's gone. Well, it's only gone if it's negative.
Yeah, so it wasn't in news, but so because of the Notre Dame burning down, Assassin's Creed Unity was being given out for free by Ubisoft. They also did like a big donation because like that. They have a heritage in France themselves, so they were like, yeah, and we're giving away Assassin's Creed Unity for free in solidarity or whatever with this. And because the game was given away for free on Uplay, suddenly tons and tons of thousands of positive reviews on Steam for the game, completely unrelated to its actual qualities and aspects. Just, I got this game for free. Thanks, Ubisoft. Thumbs up. So you're saying that a review that had nothing to do with the game's actual function is being allowed en masse.
But you're banning
it if the unrelated comments are negative. Oh, I see.
I am surprised that the Mortal Kombat negative reviews weren't removed, even though they were about the game.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised.
Yeah. Well, I didn't look at the Mortal Kombat reviews. It was a lot of like, this is some Sharia bullshit. Like,
it was none of the reviews were about that. Because it's not nearly as bad as it sounds like it is. I can show you some of the characters. It was 45% positive, 55% negative for the
grindy,
reviews.
Whatever.
Yeah, all about the everything.
Anyway, next up, try and go through these a little faster. Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Murder is getting its 2.0 update finally on May 28th.
And now it's playable?
So it's going to include faster...
No performance changes.
Stuff. However, it's going to include faster, smoother gameplay, a rebuilt progression system, increased level cap from 80 to 100, 4-player co-op for all story missions, expanded and revised loot system with new item tiers and types and enchantments, expanded and revised crafting, new endgame modes, and other quality of life improvements.
So I was watching some videos of like current endgame builds, and it's a pretty fast game already. I was watching some stuff from the developer live stream, and it's Diablo 3 fast. It's incredibly...
So it might be our new Diablo 3, maybe?
If they can figure out performance, yeah.
Are there
Diablo 3 on PC.
Are they implementing like a rift system? Like just random levels?
They said new in-game activities.
I never got to the end of that. So
it's already got like a rift system of sorts where you take on random missions and just play forever.
So hype.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Next story. Kotaku, this is related to Persona 5's DLC in Smash Brothers, publishes a bogus story claiming that the song, one of the songs included in that DLC, uses a disability slur. They think the character said...
Fuck, I read this.
Yeah, they think the character says, "Let's go, retarded." So they demand for it to be censored. They throw this story up without waiting for any comment from Nintendo or Atlas, even though we reached out and are waiting for comment, but they still put it up. Literally everyone corrects them and shames them because the word is retort it, not retarded. The person singing just has a bit of an accent, so fuck off. Even the Reset era crowd, like the people that hang out on that fucking cesspool, they're like, no, you're wrong, which is insane. Like, everything Kotaku says is gospel to them, so I don't know how that happened. No. They've since updated the story with a bit saying, there may be another explanation, but they don't say what that is. They don't take the story down, and this was after several hours of the story being up. They refused to take it down, and the writer has since thrown a hissy fit and quit on Twitter.
Yeah, so...
Or not quit Kotaku, but they quit Twitter.
So I saw a comment saying, like, they... comments, like, from staff of different websites, I can't remember, saying that, like, they should have chose somebody different for singing it, to sing that part. And it's like, oh, so you're just racist.
Yeah.
Because the person couldn't sing the lyrics properly? Is that what this is? So everybody that is defending Kotaku here is getting burned alive. And the person that wrote the article,
has a history of this, too.
Yes, they're fucking retarded. If you want to use that word correctly.
Yeah.
No,
Let's go. Retarded.
Yeah.
All right, next news.
Yep.
That game 13 that I reference sometimes that nobody's played but me is getting a fucking remake this year out of nowhere. So that's coming November 13th.
I saw that and I was like, this one Chris talks about.
Yeah. So holy shit, that game probably doesn't hold up at all, but I'll try it.
I looked up some gameplay after, and I'm like, they're gonna have to do some real work.
Hopefully they really remake it. Next news. That new, is it an MMO thing? Torchlight Frontiers?
Yeah.
They revealed a new...
new Torchlight game?
It's an instance-based MMO Torchlight.
Yeah.
Ooh!
And they showed off a new class that actually looks really cool. It's called the Railmaster. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Yeah.
It's a dude that literally builds train tracks for his murder train to follow him. So you're like building like cabooses and compartments for your train and putting like turrets and shit on it, and you're literally building the path for it to follow you with. And you have a big hammer to beat people with too.
So I've watched a friend play a good like 40 hours of this game, like the beta stuff that's been coming out.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this game looks really cool. Super buggy because it's still early.
But if they're having like bizarre classes like that, I'm in. Like actually rethink. It's not just mage, demon hunter, warrior.
Yeah, I think they said based on the reception for the murder train, they're going to be like
getting
revamping
weird.
Some of the current classes
Get
already.
fucky.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they said their intentions, a lot of people are like, so you're making an MMO, like, what does that mean for mod sport? They're like, at this point, we can't say anything. The reason we want it to be an MMO is because we want everybody to play together. We want to see you just running into people. And everybody's like,
okay.
See how it pans out.
Yeah. But yeah,
Optimistic.
fucking Railmaster, that's incredible.
Murder train.
Next news. Starlink is coming out on PC.
Next news.
I don't know, I just thought that was funny because like a Toys to Life game that they canceled the Toys to Life part of it.
Yeah.
The game actually looked okay. Like it was an open solar system, just fly around, shoot stuff. My biggest issue with it, from what I briefly interacted with it, was the performance. So PC should take care of that.
Yeah.
So it might be okay.
Next. Or capped at 30 on PC.
Oh god. Next news. Best Bud at Tim Sweeney Epic says that they'll stop poaching exclusive if Steam changes their revenue split to be with current industry standards.
They'll stop taking exclusives for the third time after lying about the first two? Wow! Tim! My best bud!
Best Bud Tim!
You're a fucking idiot. Next news. He's so rich.
Bet if we ask Rando real nicely, he can share some of that cash money.
He only shares sorcery.
Oh. Next news. Anthem delays its roadmap. Has yet to address any of the major community issues, including loot drops.
So, I think I'm on a different side than most people about this.
Oh, kill it.
Yeah, let it die. Also, like, the whole community is up in arms about working your developers into the ground. It's very clear this BioWare team has no idea how to make a game.
Yeah.
If you make them work for hundreds of hours, They're still just
Gonna make
monkeys
shit.
with wrenches.
No, but the community's up in arms
No,
about,
that's
like...
better.
Community's up in arms about just basic game-level stuff that they never corrected, like the actual loot tables.
I
And
don't think they can.
They can't. No, they can't. I'm just saying, though, that's what the community's upset about. Are things worth being upset about?
Yeah.
That, like, your game doesn't function the way it should at a base level. The fucking promises that BioWare made, it's like, we're going to do this event here and add this stronghold here and do this here. They've thrown that all out the window right now. The game's just completely on hiatus as far as we know.
Yeah.
So maybe they are putting all hands on deck to just completely rework the game. Like at an engine level?
I don't want to make it sound like I'm defending BioWare, because fuck off. Whoever's there, just stop doing whatever you're doing. But anybody's still mad about the game not functioning at a fundamental level. Every single person...
You weren't paying attention.
Yeah. When this game happened and started to exist, every single person I saw that knows what they're talking about, that is in this sphere of the gaming world, was like, there's no way it'll work. This game cannot function on this engine. This team cannot make it work.
I don't think even we were necessarily on that train, but...
I wanted to buy it regardless.
We know we were at the train of, like, if they figure out the stuff that needs figuring out for these types of looter shooter things, like, we weren't convinced that... I don't know, I feel like both of us, at least, were not considering the idea that they would fuck it up at such a fundamental base level.
Oh, yes, yeah. No,
like,
we assumed that they had that down.
Like, we were prepared for them to fuck it up at the end game level.
I assumed that they would at least have Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, they didn't have that.
No, they didn't. They had far less.
Yeah.
And this game is a bad tech demo.
This is a worse situation than Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Because Fallout 76, well...
Fallout 76 was a scam.
It's still alive.
As a game.
It's still alive. Like, people are still playing Fallout 76 and claiming to enjoy
I
it.
actively put hundreds of hours into it every day.
Oh, sure. Next news.
Yeah, no, I have friends that play 76 that are like, it's not good, but I like Fallout. Like, okay.
But Anthem is an actual trash fire that is...
It cannot be fixed.
Yeah. Last news, which you know more about than I do.
I have one more news after.
Arma 3 introduces paid mods.
So Arma 3, just like, remember when Skyrim and Fallout and Bethesda and Todd Howard, those 4 separate games, were all talking about adding paid mods because they really want to support developers and take like a good 40% cut or some stupid shit? So the Arma team's like, guess what, dipshits? Exactly the same thing! And not only is it the same thing, but if somebody puts out a mod and you purchase this mod, and
they don't guarantee that it'll function.
If the game gets updated and it breaks the mod, you can go fuck yourself. It just
buy
doesn't
the new
work
version.
Anymore. Yeah.
No way. Really?
It's the actual worst case
just
scenario.
Just like Skyrim and Fallout, it's years later.
Yep.
This game's been out for how long?
Arma 3's been out for a while.
Like 4 years now? 5 years?
Longer than that, I
Has
think.
it been? I was still in college.
I mean, entire genres...
I thought it was like 2012.
And entire genres have sprung off of mods made for Arma 3.
Made for Arma 2.
And 3.
Mostly 2.
But also 3.
Sometimes 3. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. It's been out for a long time.
Fuck Arma.
Bohemian
Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody Interactive. And they've always been really aggressive with their monetization stuff. And they put out like a Arma for Dummies thing that was like a 16v16v16 battle thing, and then put in a ton of microtransactions, and after they made a set amount of money, they just fucked off. Yeah. Which, coincidentally, after that big quarter posting for profit, they had another DLC for Arma 3. It's like, that's how they're funding DLC, is by making shitty free games with microtransactions and then abandoning them. I'm not saying that's what happened.
But that's what happened. What's your last news?
Last news is actually really, really fucking cool.
You guys got your ears to the ground, eh?
What does that mean?
Well, it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Star Citizen 3.5 is either coming out or has come out. And they are releasing probably the coolest fucking thing I've seen happen in games in fucking forever. It's an entire planet. It's a city world, and the entire thing is completely procedurally generated. It has so much detail and so much effort put into the procedural generation. Like, this is how games have to go if they're going to do massive open world.
Because there's no way you can hire enough people to
No, it's meant to be like lived in. They're talking about the idea of having, obviously it's Star Citizen, so we're going to be in the actual time period this game fucking takes place in
by the time
game
it comes
gets
out.
released.
Yeah, this may be a really cool feature, but it's just setting back the release date by another 50 years.
Everything that happens in Star Citizen, I look at purely as a tech demo.
Yeah, that other companies will be able to wield because they wasted all their R&D on it.
Exactly.
And
so
Kickstarter money.
They have 2-scale city world. Like, you cannot walk around this world. You will be dead in real life before that happens. All of the buildings are 2-scale. They're not filled and active yet, but that's their end goal. All of this is streamed as you're moving, so it's only limited by your hard drive and your memory that you have available. It's filled with AI that are super simple at this point, but all of it is a base for fucking amazing procedurally generated worlds to happen. Oh my god, it's the coolest thing.
You have to show me that.
Yeah, it's somebody did like a half-an-hour video where they're just like, I'm just walking around in it, and the detail in the environment is phenomenal, and everything looks hand-placed. It's amazing. All of the rail cars and everything moving around, and everybody's like, so did you just make this world? Like, how is this procedurally generated?
There's no way
they zoomed out and they're like, no, it's a world. We couldn't have made this.
Yeah.
It's not physically possible.
Unless we've been making it
for the past. Yeah. So they're like, this is one of multiple worlds you'll find out in Star Citizen now. So,
Hope.
Yeah.
That game's never coming out.
No, but I love hearing, it's like EVE. I love hearing about the things happening.
Yeah.
EVE for the player perspective.
EVE is a game.
Yes, EVE for the player perspective of what's happening in this world. Star Citizen for what the developers are doing in this virtual thing they've created.
That's the podcast.
Yeah.
You can email us at justkindaloafin@gmail.com. You can also tweet at Duval Sorcery if you got questions for Randy Pitchford.
Yeah. Rando Pitchfork.
For legal reasons,
Yeah.
for legal reasons, it's Rando Pitchfork.
For legal reasons.
Also, apparently PewDiePie put up a video today.
Stop the subscribe to PewDiePie.
Yeah, it was like a 3-minute deadpan serious video of this needs to stop. It's gotten too much.
Did you guys know that? Well, I'm sure you guys know. He has a thing where once he gets to 100 million subscribers, he's quitting YouTube.
I believe it. He doesn't have
I
money
don't
to
think
quit.
he's actually.
Apparently, well, that's a video from when he first started out.
Oh,
If my account ever gets to 100 million, I will stop.
I hope he
means
does.
That'd be great.
I hope he does. Not that I want to see PewDiePie stop doing
That'd
YouTube
be a good
videos.
meme.
Oh my god, what if he deleted his account and just opened a new one?
Yeah. PewDiePie 2.
Yeah.
2DiePie.
No, they wouldn't let him. They'd stop him. They'd be like, no.
He should open another... Oh, doesn't he already have a Jacksepticeye account?
He has no, that's the one he shut down. Because there was a meme where he's like, when I get to this many subscribers, I'm going to close my account.
And that was the account that he closed.
He closed his Jacksepticeye 2 account, which, when he opened that account, it got more subscribers than Jacksepticeye in a matter of days.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so what he should do is close down his account, just make Jacksepticeye 3.
Yeah.
Just never let that die. That'd be great.
Anyway. All that fun stuff. Email us at justkindaloafin@gmail.com. Tweet at DuvalSword3.
Have you checked our Gmail?
Yeah, I do every time before the podcast ends. And nobody to send me stuff so I can make funnies.
I was gonna say, should we link the YouTube on Randy Pitchford's account?
No.
That'd be too
on the nose.
Yeah.
Smooth butts.
Bye, Felicia.